Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. For us, the people of the future, having access to a large variety of affordable analog instruments well suited for professional music production is a completely normal thing. However blessed we are by this abundance of mostly great machines, we shouldn't forget that it was Korg who single-handedly started this analog revival. Today we are going to talk about the Korg Volca Keys. This 2013 synthesizer is one of the original 3 Volcas, and at that time the release of an analog synth for under $200 turned quite some heads. Since then, the Volcas have not only been used by low-key artists of all 9 realms,
this is absurd.
They also sparked an obscure subculture of memes about inserting synthesizers into body orifices in a way I can't show you without getting demonetized here on YouTube. Let's not take a closer look. At the first glance, the Keys is ticking all the boxes. The classic Volca enclosure 4 amps, a digitally controlled, self-tuning 3-voice paraphonic analog synth engine, and Korg even threw in a super dirty Monotron-style digital delay for good measure. While the filter design is allegedly based on the mini Korg 700S, the instrument is missing the funky controls of the original, like Bender or Traveler. It is capable of self-oscillation though. As is, of course, tradition, the beating heart of the Volca is its sequencer. Unlike most of its siblings, it doesn't have a step recording mode, but it's possible to perform to a metronome in real time or at half or quarter speed. Flux allows for non-quantized, monotribe-like loops. Maximum pattern length is 16 steps, there's no internal swing, but most parameters can be recorded and automated using motion recording. If it's not polyphonic tones you're after, the synthesizer offers a range of fat monophonic modes too. Classic unison, added 5th or octave, no problem. The 2 ring modulation settings are great for spacey sound design and harsh noise. Given its size, the Keys boast a surprisingly complete set of controls: detune, portamento, pitch envelope, and a syncable LFO with 3 waveforms. Nice. However, there are some limitations. The single stripped down envelope doesn't allow for essential forms, and oscillators are saw only in normal modes and square only when using the ring modulator. As we are dealing with an OG Volca, mini jacks, low PPQ sync and a lack of MIDI out and audio in are something we have to live with. Pattern storage is very limited, there's no pattern chaining, and the internal speaker just is what it is. Regardless of the power source in use, I had to deal with a rather ugly noise spectrum, but maybe that's just my unit. The instrument will happily respond to note and CC messages from an external device, and is still among the cheapest polyphonic synthesizers you can buy new. The Korg Volca Keys has become a modern classic within only a few years. Is it still relevant in this hyper-competitive analog synth market? You have already heard the Korg Volca Keys in today's intro tune. I can't tell anymore if this is any good. Let's push the paraphony a bit with 3 mono sequencer tracks. that's something I can work with. Admittedly, the Keys is not the fattest poly I've ever heard, and the sweet spots are about as small as the knobs, but you won't be hard-pressed to find a musical application for sounds like these. However, things got much more exciting as soon as we left poly mode. I wanna know if it can hold up with the big kids in this unison test drive. This indeed sounded more grown-up than the paraphonic poly mode. The delay seemed a bit overwhelmed by what was going on, but the detuned unison tones would certainly be fun in genres like drum and bass. Given the Keys' minimalist design and sequencer, many people tend to forget that the synth can be used for traditional poly sounds too. You know, something a real keyboardist would play. Time to demonstrate impeccable taste with this tropical post-Moombaton forgotten song of the summer 2017, uniting drunk people all around the globe. Verdict: the Keys is maybe the best and worst Volca at the same time. The solid analog tone is unmistakably Korg, it's easy to use, even for beginners, and the ring modulator modes open up a universe of sound design possibilities. At the same time, its limitations can be very frustrating, and it seems like the envelope and oscillator controls were dumbed down on purpose. It's funny that even though the synth landscape has changed completely since the first generation of Volcas had been released, there is still little to no competition for the Keys in that price range that is both analog and somewhat polyphonic. Maybe that's something even Uli can't do. Thanks for watching and see you next time! Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like, subscribe, become a patron and leave a comment what other kind of gear you would like to see and hear on the show.